And good afternoon. Yes, we're back again in Flight Simulator, back again, carrying on our trip around the world by prop aircraft, where last time we got to here, the east side of Greenland. No? Yes. Ish. What?
What?
What? What's going on? Why am I... No, we are right. I didn't zoom out enough. Yeah. We got to here, the east side. I was thinking, what? The east side, we're so professional. The east side of Greenland is where we got to last time on our trip around the world by prop. Started here in London, well, near London, made our way up across Iceland. This time we're going to fly across Greenland before next time making the hop across to Newfoundland, before then heading down through Canada to zigzag in and out the States and across Alaska, then, oh, God knows where, the other side. So today's flight is across Greenland, flight number 7 of our trip. If you're watching this on YouTube, why do you hate flight so much? Just give it a chance. It's relaxing. Just keep going. You will be watching this. It will be on YouTube. You're just like some sort of Chinese torture, water torture. We just keep going and going and going till eventually you'll have to like it. People with me, though, that don't dislike flight. Oh, by the way, the plane, by the way, I'm in the 208 in the Médecins Sans Frontières livery, because I'm thinking when I do crash, I'm going to need medical supplies. So I've got some on board. The man to my left, who's delivering parcels, it seems, in a DHL livery, is Roxy. Good afternoon, Roxy.
Yes, I'm in a 208 as well. I've got some parcels to deliver. And hello, Trent.
Indeed, hello, Trent. And to my right, someone that doesn't look like they're in a 208, is John. Good afternoon, John.
Good afternoon. It's definitely a 208.
Oh.
I don't know why it's not showing up as 208.
It doesn't look like a 208, but okay, definitely a 208. Awesome stuff.
It does on my screen. It might be his livery.
It could be your livery.
I've just got a default livery on.
Oh.
Oh, that's weird.
That is weird.
Hi, Dylan.
So yes, we're going from here in Kulasuk to Nuuk. 379 miles. We've got no idea how long it's going to take. At the top of the screen it says an hour and 5 minutes. It could be a week. It could be 25 minutes. We just won't know until we get in the air. So let's go and get in the air. And we got to take off from down there and backtrack this way. So
Hey, Dylan.
inside we go. So a sort stream. We don't know. I honestly don't know, because you can't trust what Microsoft says is going to be a time scale, because they lie. Sim Toolkit thinks I'm in a different plane to what I'm actually in, so that's not going to be a thing. So I've got no idea. It won't be till we get up in the cruise that we'll find out how long it actually is going to be. So it's 379 miles. It should be around 2 hours. Should. But, you know.
Hi, Trent.
It's been a... so yes, did start early because basically, as always, we're all just sat here. Because none of us have got anything else going on in our lives. We're just all just sat in front of the PC, waiting for time to pass. Hi, Random Gamer. Oh, that's some breaking. Basically, we'll be there at some point between now and Christmas. Well, we're not guaranteeing which Christmas, though. Okay, this thing won't turn. There we go. 2090 Christmas, CN. Yeah, we're hopefully coming out of lockdown by then. Right then. Roxy is about to go. You watched that? It's a Sin that you said. It's good. I hope you averted your eyes at those magazine pictures at the beginning, Pina. INT. No, it is good. I've only seen the first episode. 3 of us are watching at the same time. Oh dear. Hope you watch it with your family. That's not a family. That's not a family show.
Oh, I can actually have my land, haven't I?
So you had 3 horny teenagers watching it. Blimey.
I'll go.
All right, John's on his way. The 3 of us in a group chat. Right, John's in the air. Oh, the Boost Goal Community Challenge has started. Apparently.
I'm up.
To the boost.
And of course, forgotten to set the CDI. That.
Hang on. My engine may have just cut out. So don't worry about me.
Ooh. Ooh.
Okay. Let's put that back to idle. It was a fun watch. Wow. There we go. I wonder why I wasn't actually accelerating that quickly. My streams are so motivational. Really? You're watching someone else, obviously.
Oh, coming out over the frozen water again.
Oh, nice.
That's so cool.
Right. I haven't got my panels connected, so I now need to... Oh, God, yeah, CDI. Where the hell's the AP? Up there. Flight director on... AP
Nav
on... VNAV on... Yaw damper on. There we go.
500.
Center Sims 17 is climbing through 600 feet for 6,000 feet.
Right, off we go.
Sims 17, you have exceeded
Wow.
your clearance going time. IFR flight plan is canceled.
Oh, the lighting is just.
Okay, I might have forgot to put nav mode on. Where are we going? Flying across Greenland. Now, we weren't going to be. We were. I don't know where we ended up if I hadn't turned nav mode on.
Oh, and you'll love Bergen.
Yeah, we're still in Bergen. To Nook. Yeah, Google's a wonderful thing, isn't it, NT? Oh, bye, Pina.
Oh, right.
Thanks for popping in. Wow, you can actually see, as we had last time, where the sea becomes from a state of being frozen to not frozen. That's just so nice. Right, 156 knots. Currently saying 2 hours and 25 minutes to our arrival point.
I've got just that beam of sun coming across the water. Looks so cool.
Yeah. Same.
Back off the prop pitch a little tiny bit. Yeah, that's just so good. So a slow climb at 1900 feet now. So yes, our eventual aim, obviously, as I said at the beginning, we started out in Kemble, my closest airport down here in the UK. Flew up to Carlisle, then up to Westray, out to the Faroe Islands, to Iceland, across Iceland, over to Greenland. Now we're going across Greenland. Next time we'll go across to Newfoundland. And then it's going to be a couple of hops, I think, down to... We basically want to get down to the Canadian-American border. And then we'll zigzag our way between Canada and America, in and out of various states. Head up to Alaska. We'll, of course, have to land at Juneau because it's the law. 39 miles, apparently. And then from Juneau up to the Bering Straits. Across the Bering Straits, and that's the point where we can make a decision on whether we continue straight on across Russia back to the UK, which will be over here, or we then come down through North Korea. I really want to land in North Korea because that's just going to be awesome. So come down through North Korea, China, across India, because obviously we can go to Nepal and Lukla, and then come back up into the UK. So it's going to be a while. You know, it's taken us, this is flight number 7, and we've gone from there to here. So by sticking with props, it is going to be a long thing, but hopefully by the time we get down into America, there'll be more prop aircraft released by MSFS, so we can then cover a bit more ground. Also, we've got the TBM, which don't want to use all the time. We've got the King Air that we don't want to use all the time. So we're going to try and mix it up. We haven't used the 208 yet. There's still some other prop aircraft that we've got that we haven't used. So yes, this will be carrying on every single Sunday. And on a Thursday, when we do our jet flying, no, God no, Kemble's closer. Oxford's 35 miles away. When we do our jet flying on a Thursday, we're going to let the audience, so let you guys decide where we fly from. So from this Thursday, I'm going to be introducing a poll, giving you a choice of destinations, which on the following week, we will then, whichever is picked in the poll, that is where we'll fly from. So you guys will decide where in the world the following week's jet flight will be. So we'll start that next Thursday. Have you used a Dash 8 yet? There isn't a Dash 8 in MSFS. Can't use something that doesn't exist. This scenery, though, is just absolutely stunning.
Oh, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
Yep.
Hi, Szymanski. How's it going?
Oh,
It's going good. In the awesome Grand Caravan.
It really is.
So streams coming up this week for those of you watching. Tuesday, back with more fun on the farm. Checking in with bees and potatoes and fruit trees and NT's wood. Wednesday will be Whaleway Wednesday. Thursday is going to be flying in jets from somewhere in the world, which I think for the first one we'll put a poll in the Discord server to pick the first destination. Any defrost? Yes, and it's on. Friday is going to be tourist bus. I'm going to be taking the VDL double-decker up through that twisty road to the middle of the island in tourist bus. So that's going to go well. And next Saturday will be farming and Forza. And next Sunday we'll carry on from Nook. Piggies soon. Yes, we will get piggies soon on the farm, NT. Now we're creating piggy food from potatoes. So yes, the farm, we can now do carrots and onions on the farm. Can you milk them? No, but NT's available.
What, the piggies?
Dave, I don't want to talk about farming on a flight stream too much, but after seeing the crop yesterday, we added carrots and onions, but I saw cabbages and things in a list, and I was thinking, oh, why can't we have cabbages? But I have seen a greenhouse mod where you can have lemons. So there's a thing. We got all of the crops. Right, here we go. So this is the bit where the ice then stops becoming a solid bit of ice as it gets inland. So now we come out over sea, and wow. Thumbnail. You can't have your lemons till March. No, I know. Right, 5,000 feet. ETE currently showing us 2 hours 15 minutes. That will increase once we get up in the, or decrease, should I say, once we get up in the cruise. It's not even February yet. I know it's not. But yeah, adding some different things to the streams to get you lot involved. It's certainly going to be great. Have we got Sims and Stuff deliveries for Twains or Planes? No. Trains are too difficult. Planes are too difficult. There was an X-plane. We had. Oh, they looked so cool. The just the white plane with the blue stripe. It just. Oh, that looked really good. But no one's intelligent enough in the community to be able to do plane liveries. And trains are a nightmare. Oh, hang on, not the...
Center Sims 1728 miles west of
Oh, we've got ETS in the old livery. There's one for every truck in ETS, or there was, somewhere.
Squawk 7701.
Sims 17 cleared to Bravo Golf Hotel Airport is filed. Squawk 7701.
Okay, right, ATC's talking to me about. What's this about a poll? We'll start this Thursday.
Radar contact 5,900 feet. Altimeter 29er tree continue to west and turning in following heading 290. Proceed.
Climb and maintain 14,000 feet. Blimey, okay.
Yeah, I've been sent up to 11.
Continue to west and turning in following heading 290. Proceed on course climb and maintain 14,000 feet. Sims 17.
14,000 feet it is then. Continue to climb. Yeah, can't do it for the roaming driver series because I'm driving someone else's truck. So it's whatever colour their truck is. New one is out today on YouTube. Months ago, if you're watching this on YouTube. Oh, when this will go out on YouTube, let's have a look. This will be going on YouTube on the 24th of April. So nearly May for those of you on YouTube. Wow.
Is it weird, like, when you plan stuff so far ahead?
It's odd.
That would confuse me.
Hi, future me. We're still in lockdown. Hopefully after Christmas. Not like anyone's actually watching this. No, the first... Okay, no, it's difficult now. For those watching on YouTube, this is flight number 7. The day before this was streamed, flight number 1 went on YouTube. And YouTube hated it.
I just don't get that.
So this might not even make it to YouTube. We'll see. But yeah, it's unusual I've recorded this far in advance. I've got like a month or so in advance before now. When I was off during the first lockdown, I recorded so much content and had so much streamed content. Actually, I think Train Sim was like about 2 months in advance because I was doing one of them every day virtually. But this is unusual because we're doing one a week, yet it's going out once a fortnight. So for every week we advance, it's getting further away. So next one will be the beginning of May, yet we'll record that at the beginning of February. So by the time we come to the end of February, they'll be going out in July. So it's weird. By the time, if we, by April, we'll be wishing this Merry Christmas to the people on. I have to put a Christmas livery on and fly in April because by the time it goes on YouTube, it'll be Christmas.
Yep.
It's going to be bizarre. It's weird. Yeah, I know. The farm ones are going out once a fortnight as well. So I think the farming one we did yesterday is going out on the 20th of March. It's like just having stuff that far in advance. But I think farming becomes more popular on YouTube. So I think it will do. Then I'll put farming out weekly. And then just back off with the flying. We'll see.
A bit of ice up here.
Yeah, I've got my pitot on and my internal heat on. But yeah, you can see the haze now. Coming into some cloud. Still climbing. Speed's dropping off as well. All the levers forward. (8,000 feet). Still got 6,000 feet to go. So yes, if any of you watch the flight stuff regularly, I'll post a poll later on today in the flight room in the Discord. Obviously, if you're watching this on YouTube, no one's got this far on YouTube. That's long gone. To decide where we start from on Thursday, and then during the flight on Thursday, you'll get to pick where we start from the following week. I'd watch Farm Sim on YouTube. Only problem is I'm in them. Well, for now. Unless we stream one when you're off being Mardy. Or unless I do some ones that aren't streams. You're not Mardy today. Good. So you shouldn't be. Yet. So yeah, so we got two flight streams a week, 2 farming streams a week, 1 Twain's, and Friday is going to alternate between single player and multiplayer. Give it a try, John. I haven't timed anybody out for a while.
Yeah.
I actually didn't get out of bed till 7:05 today.
Keep up, man.
I know.
What's going on there?
I woke up at 5:45 and thought, oh, I'll get up in a minute. And then I looked and it was just like 6:59. I was like, oh, what happened there? So I got out of bed at 7:05. You got up at 5:30. Wow.
Really struggling at this altitude. I'm going to drop down. Iced up and slowing down quite bad.
Yeah, I'm only doing 1:43.
West cruising altitude decrease, please.
And I'm not at 9,000 feet yet. Oh yeah, we got some icing. There is icing. Windscreen's fine.
Switching between de-ice airframe and de-ice windscreen.
Oh, blimey. Well, I'm going to set primary de-ice pump
Your climb to 14,000 feet.
to high.
No, I'm slowing down.
Yeah, I'm doing 135 now.
Doing 125.
And it's telling me to expedite my climb to 14,000 feet. Well, I'm climbing up 480 feet a minute, something like that. So it's like, I'm not going to go much slower. Transporting doctors to the last Canadian wilderness. Well, my theory is if I have a crash, then I've got the help I need.
Now it wants me to go to 40,000.
I just hope I can maintain this vertical speed to get me up in the air. I'm up in the air, but get me up to 14,000. Because
Now I've leveled off.
they'll all be dead. Yeah, but at least I have medicine on them. I can just raid the dead bodies, providing I survive, of course. Yeah, speed's dropping off. 132 now. Yeah, I might have to request to decrease by 4,000 feet.
Sender Sims 17. Request 10,000 feet.
Sims 17 request denied.
What do you mean request denied? What?
Wow.
You can't do that. Okay, I'm going to request 11,000 feet then.
Sender Sims 17. Request 11,000 feet.
Sims 17 climb and maintain 11,000 feet.
Right, 11,000 is letting me have.
Climb and maintain 11,000 feet, Sims 17.
So I've only got to go up another 1,000 feet. And we should be good. That's good actually because we're slowing down. We're doing 125 now. The ATC is dropping, never mind me, says NT. You are Mr. Stroppy. Although Dylan can be. He can be a bit of a stroppy little mardy ass as well.
I've got 11,000 now.
They're all floating around that they need to expedite.
Airspeed will drop naturally at higher altitude. Yeah, I know. But it's dropped quite a lot. It's just concerning when it drops down to these sorts of speeds. Which should be fine. As long as I don't get down to stall speed, we're okay. Useless and stroppy with peanut internet speed. Yep. And can't reverse. Alright, once we level out, we should be okay. Still saying 2.25 hours to the destination. 3 minutes sink on the farm earlier. Jesus. We should just ban him from the farm. Solves the problem. Right, 10.5. This isn't even a great distance we're covering, although we're in a relatively slow plane. Obviously, we're going from here to here. We've got to get across quite a bit of water next time, so it might have to be the King Air or something next time to get us across here.
Unless you want to do a 3-hour stream.
Yeah. It's fine. I can plan that. Start earlier. Start at midday on a Sunday. I'd generally be sat around. I'd be sat here at 11 o'clock then going, come on. Right. 10-8. It's not a case of the ceiling. It's the thing icing up. So I'm leveling out now. And then we should hopefully gain a bit of speed. Hopefully. So again, if you are watching this and you've got MSFS, we're more than happy people to join us on these flights. We are going to start opening them up a bit more in the Discord server. So we'll be posting where we're going to and from. As I say, there'll be a poll today to decide where we take off from on Thursday's jet flight, and then we'll do that continuously on a Thursday, so that we fly all around the world with jets on a Thursday and continue this flight on a Sunday. So on a Sunday it's easy because you'll know where we landed the previous week. So get yourself there the following week in the plane that we say, depending on the route, and you can tag along, because we do fly with all players on now. So not that there's anybody else stupid enough to be up here.
Three nugget. Oh, to descend to 9,700.
Ooh.
Bit of an odd number. Going down.
Right, I'm now levelling out higher than it told me to, but I'm levelling out. What DLCs do you need for this? Nothing. It's a space game. That was our intention. We were doing this a couple of years ago, John, and the intention was to fly down to the Falklands. That was our end goal. We started in Miami, and after a year of doing these flights around the Caribbean, we made it to Cuba. It took a year.
170 or 300 feet above your assigned altitude.
So if I show you on here,
Descend and maintain 11,000 feet altimeter to 9.9 tree.
we started here in Miami, and we did a year's worth of flights. Actually, it wasn't Cuba. We did a year's worth of flights all around the Caribbean, and actually we made it to Guantanamo. I think we made it to Jamaica. I think that's probably as far as we got, was Jamaica. So it took us a year to get from there to there of flights, and the eventual aim was to try and go down the coast of South America to get to the Falklands, but obviously never got there. So this flight's going around the world by prop. But yeah, we'll get people to suggest a flight we do on a Thursday by just saying, right, we'll pick the first ones and maybe stick with capital cities. And so, you know, we'll pick the first, say, 5 and get people to choose between which 5. Right, so I've leveled out. 151 knots.
Since 17, please expedite your descent to 11,000
Oh, it's going to want me to go down now, isn't it? Right, okay, we'll descend down to 11,000 feet. And hopefully pick up a bit of speed.
We've got 135 knot. That's level.
Blimey. Right, 11.2. Yeah, I've got a headwind coming in at me as well of 18 knots. I've got an 18 knot headwind.
Yeah.
That's not helping.
Mine's 17 knots, but it's the same direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so speed, not doing great. But, you know, winter in Greenland. This stupid idea was this, to fly across here in the winter. Obviously, if watching this on YouTube, it's probably midsummer.
Well, we like a challenge.
We do like a challenge. Right, that's 11,000 feet. Now, speed is dropping off.
The ice in the windows.
Yeah, I think the de-icing is actually sapping some of my power. Right, max flow to windshield. Right, as long as that speed doesn't keep dropping, I'm now doing 147 airspeed, so 147 ground speed, 127 airspeed. It's still saying 2 hours and 4 minutes to get to my destination. So oddly, normally with MSFS, you put a flight plan in and it's normally shorter. Oh god, yeah, look, I've got some de-icing. That on high. Back up on. Yeah, I was getting de-icing then. Hopefully by putting that on high, that's going to get rid of that. Yeah, that's not a valid guess, Trent. Go imagine Trent in Flight Sim. Jesus.
That de-ice airframe windshield switch seems to be backwards.
I've just realised that because I had it on. Yeah, as soon as I put it on airframe, it de-ices the windscreen.
Yeah.
I thought, what? That's on. So yeah, as soon as I click it on up, it de-ices the windscreen. If I click it on windscreen, it'll probably start icing over again.
Yep.
Good.
It's backwards. Yeah, I've got ice coming back already, look. On the corners. Yeah, so I'll leave that on the airframe. But yeah, leading edges are icing over.
That's so cool though.
Yes, John, that is a plan. But I haven't got the ability to do that. So I've got to wait for it to be done for me. But there was a plan of a European tour with the Pacer. However, now the Pacer is just insignificant. The Pacer is rubbish compared to the 205. Right, I'm going to de-ice the airframe a bit now. So we can get rid of some of this ice off his leading edge. You can actually see from the outside that the screen is icing over. So I'll have to do what John was just doing. I'll switch between the airframe and being able to see. Right on radar. Gauge is about prop RPM or prop torque's fine. Engine temperatures ITT's fine. Prop RPM is just about bouncing off the limit. So I've got all the levers all the way forward. Battery amps are minus. Are we not charging the batteries then? Battery master is on. Turn on standby.
Mine's minus 66.
Wow, turn the battery alternator power on. I go to minus 137. Okay.
Well, battery amp minus 67.
Oh, it's fine. As long as it's not just me then. I was meant to be draining the battery. Got enough of that in real life from my bloody car. If the airframe switches backwards, are the other DI switches backwards? Don't know actually. I'm going to turn.
They don't seem to be.
I'm going to turn that back on windscreen now because we're starting to lose the ability to see. Not that there's much to see. So having an iced over windscreen isn't really an issue because there's nothing really outside. Car's still not fixed. No. We're back this week, hopefully. Right, we're holding around 129 knots, so that's okay. Hour and 58 minutes it says to get to our destination. So it's definitely a long flight. What have I done to it? I think green flag actually killed my car. They fried my dashboard when they jump started it. Yeah. But hey, I don't need £700. It was just sat there, you know. I'd have only wasted it on jelly tots. Which I haven't opened yet.
Jelly tots.
I'm going to have a bag when I watch my film this afternoon. AA is the best. You have a hire car for 3 days. Well, that's no good because the car died 6 days ago. I have a van. I don't know, John. I tried starting it for a little boost pack thing I've got. Got in. Pressed the start button. The dash was all fine. It wasn't enough power to turn it over. Mr. Green Flag came out. Started it instantly from his big boost pack thing. No dash. Yeah, the car runs fine. All the outside lights are fine. Everything else working absolutely fine. Sweet as a nut. No dash. And the dash is fried. So the dash has had to go off to be repaired. And then that should be back this week. Should be installed. Then it's a case of working out if it was that killed it, which I won't be able to do that until it comes back. Hopefully it was. Then I'll get it back again. So, hi-ho. The joys of motoring. They should pay the bill. I can't prove it was them, but it was fine before they jump-started it. And it wasn't after they jump-started it. So, it's all good. It's my holiday money. I can't go on holiday. Spend it on the car. No speedo, no fuel gauge, no digital display. Nothing. The hazards was showing as being on inside the car, outside the car, not working. So I drove it. It was fine. Drove as sweet as a nut as always. All lights working outside, brake lights, indicators. Everything on the outside of the car was fine. It's just the dash is dead. So something drained the battery. I parked on the Friday, the stop-start worked, battery was over 80% because stop-start won't work unless it is over 80%. Went out there on the Monday, dead. 3 volts in the battery. So something caused it to drain. So it may be a short, a fall, something. So until the dash gets repaired and back to the garage, they can't ascertain what it was. Do you really need a dash? Well, so it might have been the dash shorted out. I did read on the internet that someone else had the same problem, where it was the connector that connects into the back of the dash had come loose, and that drained his battery overnight. So pretty much the same as happened to me. He just plugged it back in and all was good. But the garage have tried that and it didn't work. Yeah, I'm not driving the car. I wouldn't drive the car. I had to drive it to the garage, but thankfully it's 30-mile-an-hour roads. And I was using Google Maps on my phone to give me a rough idea of what speed I was doing. It could be alternated. It was when it was charging over 15 volts going in. So the alternator could have been putting out too much charge, and when it started, instantly fried the dash. So until they get the dash back, then they're going to check the voltage of the alternator. So it could be an alternator issue. If that's the case, then new alternator. So I was going to sell the car this year, but now if I got to spend money on it, I may as well keep it for another year. So it'll be fine. It's not like I can go anywhere. I've got a van from work to go back and forth to work. So it's all good. I can almost do without a car because I could use a van. It's not an old battery. Battery was put on in August, so it's a brand new battery. Saying the stop-start was working on Friday, because the stop-start won't work if the battery's below 80%. So the stop-start's been fine. So something between Friday when I parked it and Monday when I got in it drained the battery. So it could be the alternator shorted out. Then again, it was cold, it's like -4. So it could be something to do with the cold. It has killed 2 batteries in 2 years. How do you start without stop-start then? By pressing the button. The stop-start only worked for the first time. Well, actually, it's worked once. I've had the car 4 years. It never worked when I first got it. I drove back from Scotland, and the stop-start worked for a day, and then didn't. So I just thought it was because of the original battery. The battery voltage dropped below 80%, died. So beginning of last year, I put a new battery on. Stop-start still didn't work. August last year, same issue. Went out to the car, dead. Couldn't jump start it. Called green flag out. Started it. They checked the battery. Battery was dead. Because the battery's only 6 months old, got the battery swapped over, new battery installed. It's been absolutely fine. I even went on the internet, found out how to get the stop-start working. Stop-start's been fantastic. Car's never run better until last weekend. So something's killed. Something that's drained the battery. So it could be the alternator, it could be something on the charging system or the charging software. The garage will sort it and it'll be fine. It's just a pain. Thankfully, you know, I can borrow a van from work to get back and forth to work. I don't go anywhere outside of work, so I don't need a car for anything. So it's just the inconvenience of having to pay out money that I hadn't really planned on spending. No. There are no lights left on because that wouldn't cause the battery to get complete to 3 volts in 2 days. It unlocked fine. That's the other strange thing. It unlocked with my remote locking. I walked up to the car, pressed the button, it unlocked. It was frozen solid, so eventually I had to get in through the passenger door, clambered over, pressed the stop-start button, nothing, dead. Went back in the house, got my charger, opened the bonnet, put that on. It just wasn't enough power to turn it over. Knew I wouldn't be able to start it myself, called out green flag, died. Well, they got it started, but the dash fried. So it starts and runs fine. It's overcharging. So it could be the alternator. But, you know, hey ho. Anyway. 149 knots airspeed, 128 knots airspeed, 149 ground speed, 11,000 feet and holding, hour and 50 minutes to go. No, it wasn't the fuse. The fuses have been checked.
Mine just randomly slowed down to 120 and now it's speeding up again.
Oh. Well, my headwind's dropped to 8 degrees, to 8 knots now. But I'm not gaining much speed. So this is where we are on our trip across. So we've been going nearly an hour. We've only made it to there. Obviously, a fair chunk of that was the climb. But yeah, that's we've got a bit of a way to go. So, yeah. It'll be re. It'd be nice to come out of this cloud, because the cloud isn't helping. Well, that's the joy of doing this flight around the world by prop. There are going to be long bits, and even with the King Air doing some of the bigger distances, it's going to be a couple of hours jaunt. A bus? I'm not going on a peasant carrier. A bus. I don't go shopping. And I say I can borrow a van from work to get back and forth to work. So it's fine.
Even though I work on the buses, I try and avoid using them at all costs.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to be like Pina. No. No one does, let's face it.
Yeah.
That's if you're normal.
Yeah. Yeah, normally next weekend I'd be going away. For the last 20 years I've always gone away. Second week of February. I've gone away for a week down to the New Forest for my birthday week. Went last year. It was lovely, really relaxing, lovely weather. Went on some walks. This year, no. So that money's paying for the car. my holiday money. Maybe next year. Next year's a birthday I don't want to celebrate either. It can't be right. I'm sure I have to demand a recount.
Yeah, I tend to just ignore my birthday these days.
Yeah. My 40th birthday down in the New Forest. Woke up the morning of my 40th, and first thing my missus said to me wasn't good morning, wasn't happy birthday. It was you realise in less than 10 years you're 50.
Ooh, harsh.
3 years after that, I walked out on Valentine's Day. Remember that one? Right, 133. Oh, speed's coming up now, actually. 133 knots.
Yeah.
Moving up a bit for me here. A little bit lower down.
Buses are awesome. I love buses, said nobody ever. John.
No.
Apart from you, obviously, and Pina. And Trent. Why do we attract bus weirdos? I have stopped doing OMSI. I think I just need to remove every single OMSI video from my YouTube. Just do farming and flight. That's it. Farming, flight and trains, actually. I can see a thin line over there. The first video I saw from you was the first look stream of OMSI London. Yeah, before they broke it. That pre-release copy I had was fine. They released it, broke it.
Oh, this looks so good.
Yeah, speed is coming up slowly. 134 now. You found me by trains. If I had to do 3 games, flight, farming, trains. That's it. TML don't watch this. I wouldn't go anywhere near Fernbus. Certainly would uninstall OMSI. I cannot wait till the day I can uninstall OMSI. I found you through OMSI on YouTube somehow because I don't care about OMSI. Oh, I see. NT's a secret bus fan. You found me through Gaz. How did you find me through Gaz? Farringdon to Birmingham. Blimey. Yeah, NT the secret bus weirdo. I love Twains and buses are life. No, they're not. Oh dear. That's quite a goal, John, if you can do it. That'd be something that I should imagine would be quite interesting, but I wouldn't want to do it. Oh, okay. Well, there we go. You found me because of Sail Away. That's still in my top videos on YouTube. Where are we? That's my second from top video on YouTube is Sail Away as far as views are concerned. And I did like 2 videos on it. That was it. And was useless at it. And that's 3 years ago. Number 1 is Tourist Bus. Oddly, just 2 random shuttle services in Tourist Bus is my most viewed video. I just don't get YouTube at all. London to Edinburgh is 4th. People, actually, it's a flight one. What? Hang on a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My 9th most popular video is flight. 7-jet multiplayer flight. Oh, I remember that one. Yeah, London's actually doing quite well. But yeah, weird. YouTube weirdos. Oh, hang on. I see a glimmer of light over there. We might be coming out the cloud finally.
At 11,000 feet, you're just sort of skirting under the base of the cloud. It looks really, really cool.
Yeah, it was, Dylan. Let there be light. And there was light. Yeah, I really enjoy flight. I'm really enjoying train sim. And farming's just so relaxing. See, I do watch some stuff. Well, you did. And then you were in it. So then you don't get time to watch it. If anybody watches, and you probably don't because none of you have got any taste, Project Binky on YouTube, I watched it this morning where they've finally painted the car, and oh my god, that paint job is epic. After 7 years so far of trying to put a Toyota Celica GT4 running gear engine and gearbox into a Mini, they finally painted it, and Jesus Christ, let there be jelly tots, but then we had to wait for the next day delivery. Indeed. Yeah, Farm Sim isn't high. Not as bad as Flight NT. Things people don't look for, it's difficult. There's so much Farm Sim content. YouTube works in the same way that obviously Twitch works. The higher you are, the more you'll appear. So the more views you get and the more likes you get, the more the search algorithms push you up the search. So people are searching for Farm Sim, they won't find my content or our content. The same with Flight, because there's so many bigger people out there doing it. You found me on YouTube via Bus Mechanic and Cooking Sim. Again, not many people were doing those. Certainly Bus Mechanic. People don't seem to like long videos where not much happens. Yeah, that's why I'm hopeful. The one we did yesterday, when that goes on YouTube, I think doing it that way of telling people in the first 10 minutes what's going to happen, it might mean they'll stick around, because then they'll be like, ooh, or even if they skip forward and watch the end to see if that happens, at least people will watch it. People watch the train stuff because there's a lot happening. There's stops and stations and things. The long train videos are good. Flight, not so much, because you take off, we waffle for 2 hours and you land. You know, if I was the edity sort of person, I'd do the taxi takeoff, edit, land. Right, we're out of the cloud, finally. Yeah, indeed, NT. And it's difficult to keep people engaged. It is. You know, 30 minutes is that real sweet spot of a video. Anything over that and you struggle. The thing is, I could just do Farm Sim for like 6 hours. Right, 142 knots now. Am I de-icing the airframe? Not currently, because it didn't seem to work. Speed is, well, we've gained 10 knots. It's fine. It's saying 1 hour and 28 minutes now to our destination. We should be good. And yeah, I think next week it might have to be the King Air. No, it's fine, John. So yes, we want to get a few more people involved in, which I know by the time you watch this on YouTube, no one gets this far on YouTube anyway, so YouTube. We do want to get a few more people involved in some of the streams. So not only helping us decide what to do on the streams, but also, you know, the Farm Sim server, we had 8 people on yesterday. It's a 16 person server. So we've currently got the training farm running again. So if anybody's interested in joining the training farm, which is an exact copy of the normal farm, it's on till the end of February. We're going to run it as a bit of a competition between the training farm and the normal farm to see who can make the most money. And then at the end of it, have people join the training farm to the standard farm. And see if we can get a few more people on some of the farms, which means the more people are on, the more stuff gets done, the more money we make, the better the farm is. Flight, love to get a few more people on flight. Trucking is going to be once a fortnight now on a Friday. So we're going to try and promote that a bit more, try and get a few more people in trucking. And might be introducing some other multiplayer stuff as well. I could just sit here and not talk, Nico. Why would you not join the farm? Multiplayer shower with your dad sim. Oh dear. Yeah, we know who you'd rather shower with, Dylan. Backup Ed for Saturdays. Is that Dave's role? Dave's the Ed stand-in. Hopefully you'll join again, Dave. I see blue sky.
Yeah.
And then cloud. The other side of the blue sky. Wow, 149 nearly now. We're whipping along. So yeah, Forza as well. Getting a few more people joining with Forza. That's great fun.
I'm at 156.
Blimey.
I've got the thing pulled back. He's back on it as well. That's
Yeah, I'm about to hit 150. Considering the max speed of this thing is 170 at this altitude. We're not doing too bad. Yeah, cheers NT. So yeah, I might be doing a special birthday flight as well, a week on Tuesday. No, I will be on the farm. I'll be on the farm tonight, NT. I'm going to rig it up so I can watch a film. I won't be in voice necessarily, but I'll be on the farm because I want to watch a film and farm and film. So yes, again, not relevant for those watching on YouTube because it was long gone. Week on Tuesday, I'm going to be doing an additional flight stream. I'm going to fly from Birmingham down to Fuerteventura. So a birthday stream. And that'll be during the day as well, and most of the little kiddos will be schooling. Yeah, you can stop now, John. So that's about a 4-hour flight, I think. Well, it was when I did it. So I'll probably do that at lunchtime. And in the Airbus, I should imagine. Alright, speed picking up slowly, 156 now. Still got John and Roxy in front. Blue sky above, blue sea below.
Oh, did we send again?
Yeah, it's kept me at 11,000. So making our way slowly. Not quite halfway yet. hour and 15 minutes to go though, so that first bit was just so slow with the climb, and then the temperature and the cloud just slowed us down. But yeah, not doing too bad. And then say next time, I think it's going to have to be the King Air across to there. So yeah, keep an eye on, for those watching live, keep an eye on the flight chat later on, where we'll post a poll of where we should start from on Thursday for Thursday's jet flight. So you pick the capital city in the world where we start from, and we will start from there and do a 2-hour flight roughly from there. So we pick the end destination, you pick the start. So icing seems to be disappearing a little bit, which is good. Hang on.
You get it back again when you come into these clouds.
I've just... That's sea below us, isn't it? Because it shouldn't be.
No, it's not.
Isn't it? It was just cloud then.
It's cloud, yeah.
I'm about to say, it looks like sea. So it's cloud. I'd say under that cloud is land then. I was thinking, we should be over land. Because I can see land bits of it. I thought, why am I over sea?
That's cloudage.
Cloudage.
I thought exactly the same. Couldn't figure out why.
Yeah, why?
My display
What?
was showing.
Yeah, display showing land. Yeah, out the window I can see sea. What's going on? What is this magicry? That wasn't a word.
Sorcery.
Sorcery. That's the one. Sorcery. Not magicry. Sorcery.
New word.
New word. Magicry. So yeah, there might be some birthday farming as well. Or there will be actually, 'cause it'll be Tuesday. So there'll be birthday flight, birthday farming. What I want to do is try and fit in some train sim in there as well. So I'm not at work at all on that day.
Cool.
Got the Monday and Tuesday off. So 5 half days this week, and then 4 days off, and then 3 half days. You've got to put up an slot on your birthday. Actually, yeah, I might not stream then. So just unplug myself from Discord for a day and just.
Well, Pro Mods is pretty much cheap. Free, sorry.
Yeah, Pro Mods you can get for free.
Get it for free or pay like $1 or something silly like that.
Yeah.
But you need to get the base game of ETS, then get all of the DLCs. Once you've got that, then that's it. Pro Mods and Truckers MPs free.
Yeah. Did an ETS2 trip this morning, and it blows me away how good Pro Mods is.
Yeah.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. I can't wait till this year. Hopefully we get those private multiplayer servers. Because if they've got AI traffic in multiplayer and you can put mods in, oh god, that's going to be brilliant. There'd be no reason for anybody that does any single player ETS2, there'd be no reason to play single player anymore. Because you got AI traffic, you'd get the mods that you want, and if you see another truck, it could be one of the fellow truckers from the server. That's just awesome. So So it means when you do multiplayer streams, you're not going to get all the idiots, apart from the normal ones that are on the stream.
We're all idiots together there.
Yeah. And you just see Trent falling over every 3 minutes. So you never know. You'll drive down the road and there'll be Trent on his side. So, you know, there's just one thing to look out for.
Side, Pina going too fast. Dylan trying to reverse a trailer.
Trent falling over. Me going slow. Larwood going fast. So all sorts of things will be going on. But yeah, as soon as they're available, we will end up with a Simpson Stuff trucking server. Ed? Pina just can't drive. It's because of his pedals. His pedals are literally below his chair. They're almost under his chair.
I couldn't cope with that.
Because they won't fit under the unit that his computer's on. So he pushes down on his pedals. I put the computer somewhere. I know he's got a small house and his computer's in his mum's bedroom, but blimey. Or at least there's got to be a way in his bedroom. If he's only got a small bedroom, you can at least do something that he can put the computer on the floor and put his monitor on the wall and wall mount it and have a drop down desk that comes down by the side of his bed that his keyboard and mouse go on, and when he's not gaming he just folds it up so it doesn't take up any floor space. Surely that's got to be it. Blimey. Oh, good point actually, Dylan. Yeah.
I've got this thing up. I'll stick a picture of it in Setup and Tech, and it's a metal stand for my steering wheel and pedals, and it folds up.
Yeah.
I have it tucked under my desk just for space, but before I used to do that, I used to fold it up and put it in the downstairs bathroom.
That's all he needs. It's just that. So the wheels in front of him, his pedals are in the right place. You can even get them with like a tray for your mouse, so the mouse goes on the side.
Yeah, I've actually got that tray, but I've got my joystick on it for flight.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it does involve him spending money though, Dylan. Well, like, you know, I get he's a youngster, and there are a lot of youngsters in the Discord that, you know, they can't just, I'll say that most of us can just go out and buy stuff, but they can't just go out and buy things. And if you're in a household where money can be tight, then yeah, as much as you want this stuff, you've got to be understanding that someone else is going to have to buy it for you, and they can't necessarily. So I get that. But the basics, like, at least have your PC somewhere where you can put the pedals where they should be. Yeah, because he wants all his chavvy clothing. That's why, Dylan. Oh, wow. Out of the cloud. Right, speed's picking back up again now. Now we're out of the cloud. So that time should drop. So yeah, coming up over the next week then, Tuesday, so nothing tomorrow, day off tomorrow. Although I do feel, well, last week I spent 4 hours of my streaming evening off, sat on the farm. Tuesday is farming. Wednesday is Railway Wednesday. Thursday is flights. We'll do that jet flight from one of the capital cities. Friday is then going to be some tourist bus. Going to take the double-decker VDL up that twisty road in the middle of the island. Saturday lunchtime will be farming. Saturday night will be Forza, where it's going to be spring. And then Sunday afternoon we'll carry on from where we get to here. So loads of the streamy things coming up. For those on YouTube, well, no one's got this far on YouTube, but I'm trying to kid. If you have got this far on YouTube, seek help. Yeah, that's cool, that Roxy, but does involve spending money.
Yeah. But it's ideal for anyone that doesn't have the space to put on a steering wheel and pedals.
There we go.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just sits on a metal frame. So you just pull it out, locks up in position, use it, and then fold it all away afterwards.
Oh, that's pretty cool, actually. Back in the clouds.
Yeah, I'm heading towards Cloudage. Going out for a walk as well? What is people with Sunday afternoon walks? How very adventurous.
Look how much the plane slows down when you hit the clouds.
It's quite cool, actually. Well, very cool out there.
You get turbulent. You go
-8. Like, what did I ask to go for a walk? I walked to a shop and back on Friday afternoon. That was the last time I left the house. That was about 12:30 on Friday. It's now 1:50 on Sunday. You don't need to go outside. It's scary out there. There are people out there. Don't do it. Don't go out, people. We need to have to get dressed and everything. Yeah, come out of the cloud. Speed instantly picks up. So yeah, if you have got MSFS, don't forget you can join us for these flights. We are flying with all players on. So all you've got to do is be in the correct plane at the correct time at the correct airport and have it plumbed in to be where we're going, which we will post. I will start posting again in the stream information sections for these flights going forward. So if anybody's got MSFS and wants to join us for these, you're more than welcome. Because it'd be cool to get a few more people tagging along. And most we've had recently, there's probably been 5 or 6 of us, I think. It's been 2 or 3 the last few flights. But yeah, in and out of the cloud. Oh, Dylan doesn't want to go for a walk. Dylan's been told to go for a walk. You are coming for a walk this afternoon. What? Do I have to? Where's Fizzy? Yeah, I don't know. I think whether it's, again, because we have been posting these in our sort of locked room. So if I start posting them in public, which I will do from this Thursday's jet flight, then it might encourage a few more people to tag along. And we did start early today as well, about like 30 minutes notice as well. So not everyone, you know, if I say it's going to be a 1 o'clock start, and like today it was like, well, start a bit earlier because I was just sat here. It's difficult for people to plan. So the Thursday one will be pretty much 7 o'clock because some people work, need to come in and have food and stuff. So
I'm glad I checked the pilot lounge when I did.
otherwise you'd be like, oh crap. So yeah, Thursdays I can be flexible on. We generally put 1 o'clock to sort of give people chance to have a bit of lunch and stuff before the flight. We might have a few longer legs coming up. If that's the case, then we'll start at 12. Yeah, enter that cloud and I instantly lose like 20 knots. Wow, cloud's changing colour now as well.
It's so cool as you approach the clouds, you see it sort of like bits sort of evaporating off the edges of them.
It's awesome, isn't it? And this is only going to get better. They are still making improvements and stuff to it. You know, it's only going to be getting better looking and smoother running as the next 6 months come. It's going to be awesome. It's great now. More planes. That's all we need, I think. Is more planes. Not that I've flown all of the ones we've got so far, but 737 this year. Hopefully, that's going to be brilliant. There's the Arrow that's coming from Just Flight, I think. That'll be good because I did like the Arrow in X-Plane. But I want to see a Twin Otter, really, and something like the Saab or the Fokker 50, something a bit bigger with props.
Saab would be brilliant.
Yeah,
Love that.
and I did like my old 737-200 in X-Plane. Wow, speed's really dropped off now. 118 knots I'm now doing. Holding at 11,000 feet. This is 172 territory. Dash 8. Yeah, Dash should be nice. 89 miles to Asvid. But I haven't seen much on, upcoming stuff. Not that I've been looking. So just about. There we go. Oh, wow. It's just so good. I never really flew this much in X-Plane because I had the Kodiak, which was an improved version of this. But I think this is as good as the Kodiak was. This is like paid quality, and it's the default plane.
It's ridiculous, isn't it? That's what you get out of the box.
Yeah, it's like, we just give you this. It's like, wow. Yeah, all that stuff we bought in X-Plane, and all that money we paid for Global Traffic and XP Realistic and all the aircraft and all the stuff we put in to make it look and feel not as good as this.
At the time, we thought it was brilliant, though.
Well, yeah, and it's like, oh, flight sim, that's gonna, it's not, it can't be that good. It's just not gonna be that good. It is that good.
It's...
Yeah, speed's picking back up now as I come out of the cloud. 141, 142. Have to pick some airports to choose where we fly from. Where haven't we flown from? I have to have a think after the stream. There's places to start on Thursday. Why do you slow down in cloud? Clouds are just water vapor, so more water than air. So it's, it causes drag. The props haven't got much to pull on, so the props are working harder. Well, they're not working harder. They're being less effective in cloud because it's dense. So you slow down. So they're not dragging you through it. In real life, if you're flying visual, you would go round the clouds because they can have an effect on the way the plane actually flies. It's a good thing in the Kodiak that you had the bypass, that you could put the bypass on, so when you're in cloud or cold, it pushed a lot of it bypassed the engine. Ibiza, not really a capital city. Ibiza, or is it? No, it's not. We'll pick some. We'll put, if anybody's in the Discord, we'll put like 5 capital cities in the Discord later on. 5 that we haven't flown from yet. Let people in Discord choose by tomorrow, maybe, or Monday or Tuesday, and then we'll pick the place to fly to. And then I'll work out how to do polls on Twitch. And then during the flight on Thursday, we'll then do a poll on the flight to be able to let people decide where we fly from the following week. Yeah, in VFR, you're not allowed to enter clouds because you don't know what's in there. You can't see anything. You can't see if there's anybody else in there. You know, in all those sci-fi films, that's where you're going to park your spaceship. So you don't want to go flying into a cloud and hit a spaceship. And there's all the storage in there because, you know, cloud storage is just full of people's photos.
Yeah, that can get messy.
That can get messy. You'll fly into a cloud and end up ploughing into pictures of Grandma from 1984. You don't want that.
Never know what you might find in there.
Well, exactly. All of Dylan's search history, it's all there, saved in the cloud. Look really closely, you've all got your own clouds, so you've actually got your name written on it, so you know where your bit of storage is. I got someone else with us, look. Someone else down there. Who are you? Where are you going, Bad Max?
Bad Max.
Yeah, we are being followed. Dun, 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 dun. Right, so speed's come up. You watch, the speed will just drop off again now. So nobody thought my cloud storage thing was funny. You are just a sad bunch of people, aren't you? I don't know why I bother. Right, 142 into the cloud, and speed drops off. It was just sad. Well, thanks, Trent. I thought it was quite funny. But, you know, I'm
struggling.
I amuse myself.
No, not making a comment.
I said amuse, not abuse.
Oh.
Ah.
There's a difference. One's fun.
And one shouldn't be.
Yeah, one shouldn't really be, but it is. Oh, Bad Max is following me into the cloud. See, again, that's what happens in these films. You go into the cloud and stop your spaceship and lose them. God, 117. She's never going to get there, are we? Anybody's got any plan for the rest of the day? Because this flight might take about 4 years.
Good job. I started earlier.
I'm supposed to be watching a film at 3.
You might make it.
In the morning.
No, it's going to be a little bit after 3, isn't it?
Yeah. So this much cloud, how will pilots avoid it? By going higher, generally. again, pilots will relay stuff back to ATC. So some pilots will actually, when they get above the cloud, they'll go back to ATC and tell them the cloud ceiling. So they'll tell ATC where the cloud ceiling is, so that they can then pass it on to other pilots in the area. So if you know that the clouds stop at 10,000 feet, ATC would tell you that information, or could tell you that information, that you would know they need to climb above 10,000 feet.
Yeah. You generally get a weather report before you go flying.
Yeah.
If you knew the clouds was too bad, you either wouldn't fly or you'd take a different route.
Yeah. You're back, unfortunately. Well, that wasn't later on, was it? That was an hour. NT would have laughed at my joke. The rest of you are just, well, I give up. You had way less schoolwork than anticipated. Who does schoolwork at 1 o'clock on a Sunday? So, hang on, you left us to go and do schoolwork. Wow, you really were bored, weren't you? If you hadn't done it in the week. Oh, I see, because you haven't done it all week. You've now left it to the Sunday. I either used to leave it till Sunday evening or Monday morning. I'll get up early tomorrow morning and do it. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Sat at like 8 o'clock on Monday morning doing the homework you've had all week to do, or summer holidays to do. What was the joke? No, that's too late now.
Or either that or you're doing it on the bus on the way to school.
Yeah, why is this so? Why is your writing so bad? Well, bus driver went over a bump. NT were doing it in the back of the limo on the way to school, obviously.
And the homework.
Yeah. It's got leather seats and wipe clean. Right, speed should hopefully now come back up. 126. If we can just stay out of this cloud, we'll be okay. Leather is too sticky. Well, after you've been near it, probably. I've only had one car with leather seats, and at the time you think, oh yeah, leather, luxurious. No, it's cold in the winter and you can't sit on them in the summer.
You have to put a towel down.
Yeah, or I think when I bought a seat cover just to put over the leather seats, just so I could actually then sit in the car in the summer. Same with a leather sofa, innit? I'm glad I haven't got a leather sofa, because that would be the same. This chair's leather, my gaming chair, and I stick a towel behind me in the summer. Otherwise, you have to peel yourself off of it. You just sat here in a puddle of your own sweat. Well, I think it's sweat. Yeah, after they've been cleaned, you slide about. Exactly. It wouldn't be for me. Right, 136.
That's it, picking up speed. 1.5.
Come on, speed. You can do it. I won't come for you. Wow. Just NT's all about the moist. Still got some ice on the front of the wings, but we're not really in direct sunlight. It's hidden behind the cloud. You have a feeling there's an essay coming on Discord. Okay. Right, so where are we? Over halfway. Good. So 54 minutes to go to destination. And then say next Sunday, or the next video you see if you have got this far on YouTube, we'll be getting across to Newfoundland. And that's the last time we're going to be over water of any amount, really, until we get down here somewhere. So our last major water crossing, apart from a bit of island hopping down here, unless we end up coming straight across here, then it'll be down towards Quebec, and then we'll head down to the Niagara Falls, and then zigzag our way across the USA and Canada, back up to Alaska, and then back across the Bering Straits.
I really like the idea of cutting down through Korea in that way.
Yeah, I think North Korea, I haven't flown into North Korea in any sim, so I think North Korea would be cool. I could even be one for a jet flight. We'll put that up there as being an option. What is the capital of North Korea? I don't even know what it is. We'll put that as an option. Take off from North Korea. I imagine is it modelled in MSFS though? Pyongyang, yeah. I don't even know if it's in here.
Oh, I was just about to say that then. Pyongyang, I don't know how you pronounce it, but Pyongyang?
Pyongyang.
Pyongyang?
That one.
Something like that. I need to sneeze. Oh, that's a loud one. Thank you.
Bless you. You missed a bit of an L out there, I think, there, Trent. Someone's trying to ask me multiple questions by commenting on YouTube videos. It is modelled Eden with the Pyramid Hotel building. Ooh.
Ooh.
So we'll put that as one of the options then for Thursday's flight. Everybody vote for Pyongyang. And we'll see where we take off from on Thursday. What if there's North Korean livery for the A320? Right, speed definitely coming up, 146, 147. Yeah, we've done. Is it Hong Kong that's got the airport in the where they built it out in the bay? Also know they had Kai Tak. There's probably a couple. There's loads of airports that we haven't flown from. So I said we'll give people a chance to vote where we do the Thursday flight from. So different for us. We won't. Makes it easier for us actually. We won't have to pick where we're flying from. We just then pick where we're flying to. So we'll just pick somewhere within like an hour and 45 minutes of that place, and we'll start there. Right, yeah, speed picking up slowly. 149, probably going to hit 150. Time coming down, 48 minutes to go. We're okay on fuel. Half a tank. Bad Max is still there. Actually matching me for speed.
It's quite close, isn't it?
He is quite close. don't know whether he's from the Discord, whether he's watching the stream, don't know, or he's just seen some odd bod planes up here and has decided to follow. It's like, why the hell are these guys crossing Greenland?
Yeah, there is a Bad Max in the chat.
Oh, there you go. So he's watching the stream.
Bad Max.
Don't forget, if any of you, if you've got the Sims and Stuff points, you can boost the stream. About 10,000 boosted so far. A few people have done it. Thank you very much. It actually worked quite scarily last week. So we'll probably end up next stream being farming. So a bit of a boost to farming. Hi from La Rochelle, France. And thank you for the follow, Bad Max. Well, you're not in La Rochelle now, are you? You're behind me there.
Awesome.
But yeah, welcome indeed. Flying across Greenland. Wow, speed is coming up now, 156. Definitely getting out of that cold air.
Pretty much topped out at 162. And again, that's not full.
Doing 165 at the moment.
So cool going through the cloud, just slows you down that much, and obviously weather would affect you when you're flying, but that's just brilliant. Yeah, and there is land down there. We can now see through the cloud layer. This is probably the most remote bit of the flight that we're doing. So John and Roxy ahead of me. Although bits of Canada I think are going to be quite remote. Thank you guys for the boost. 18,000 raised, which is awesome. Thank you very much. So it must be a weekly thing then, because it happened last week. Maybe the boost contributed Bad Max to follow on the flight, and I think it's just because he was flying and saw some idiots in a row up in Greenland, and he thought, where the hell are they going? Because most people, as you can see in Sim Toolkit, although it's not everybody in MSFS, a lot of people do the transatlantic run, so they'll go between Europe and the US. So that hop across there is quite common. A few people going straight across, people going from around, a lot of people around the Canary Islands at the moment, loads of people in East Coast USA, a lot of people in the Caribbean, not so many down here in South America, that gets a bit remote, nobody on the Falklands, and nobody down here in the Antarctic. And then a few people down in South Africa, but look at Europe. Europe's really popular, look at that lot. And then around Japan, Eastern Australia, quite popular. New Zealand's fairly popular. Obviously Alaska, again a few people probably flying up and around. Out to Hawaii, so people making the hop back and forth to Hawaii. So it's just really cool just seeing all the flights that people are doing, but not many of us up here. There's someone up there, and yeah, there's a few rogue ones. He's going to CYVR. I should know where that was.
A few others in front of me now.
So yeah, a few people going to various places. Yeah, I've got Roxy in front of me. But yeah, it's just brilliant that there's loads of people out there. Yeah, Max probably he's in a twin, so maybe in a DA62 possibly.
Be a shell.
Don't think you quite make it to Beijing or Shanghai from Pyongyang in somewhere slow, but could make it to Waifang, Qingdao, or the bottom of South Korea. It'd be interesting, which we will do. Well, I think we'll head down there in the prop flights as well, is make our way down into North Korea, because I'd be quite interested in prop flights just to do short hops. But yeah, taking off from there in a jet, that'd be quite cool. We'll have to have a look and see if there's any North Korean or Korean Air livery for the A320. Could just do that. Is this game free? No, not by a long shot. You can get it on Game Pass. So if you got Microsoft Game Pass, you can get it as part of Game Pass. But yeah, how could anything this good be free?
I've still got it on Game Pass. I haven't upgraded.
To get it on Steam. Well, if you're using Game Pass, no, you have to get it through Microsoft. But you can buy it on Steam. £60 I think it is for the base version. £110 for the full version. Or thereabouts. So I would have been happy on Game Pass. The fact that seatbelts undone. Oh, and I got leather seats as well.
Yeah.
£110. I know, bargain.
It's a fraction of what X-Plane cost over the years.
Yeah. Don't pull the red lever. Do not. Thankfully, they're inoperable. Do not pull the red levers as much as you want to.
Yeah, it's one of those, isn't it? Like, don't press that. Oh.
See,
sorry, what did you say?
Yeah. Which one was I supposed to press? Do not press the red button. Okay, so press the red button. That was in... oh god, what was that in? Was that Guardians of the Galaxy 2 with Groot, where he's getting him to do something, and he's telling him to put the green wire, and Groot's just getting it completely wrong. That's quite funny.
Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy is brilliant.
It is.
I've seen that for years and years.
You predict 100. Dom Rado's on 2 for 2 at the moment with his landing prediction. I've never seen Despicable Me. So yeah, he guessed right the last 2 times. Oh, Trent Sneaky going in there with 111 feet per minute compared to 110. Oh, hang on. Okay, so Dom Rado's got no chance. unless it's exactly 110 feet per minute. Dom Rado's sat there going, oh, fiddly-dee, fiddly-doo-diddly-dee.
Potatoes.
Oh, potatoes.
Well, funny if you actually did get 110.
110.1 says NT. Yeah, that's not a valid guess, Dom Rado. All right, 35 minutes to go. Oh, NT's got him at 113 now. $108, bloody hell. This is a 208. This isn't, a 152. And it's a turboprop. Trying to slow a turboprop down, not easy.
Bunch of people in front of me. I'm not quite sure whereabouts.
Blimey, I can see a lot of
Yeah, I
names
think
all of a sudden. They've got to be close, surely, because after a certain distance, you don't see them anymore.
Yeah, you're right.
That's the one downside with all players. When we do get to more built-up areas, we might have to go away from all players.
Yeah.
Yeah, speed's definitely picked up. Look, 158 knots now. So 181 ground speed. ATC has left me alone the whole way.
Yeah, a little bit unnerving though. It's like,
Yeah, it's like, off you go. Oh, thanks. Cheers then, I'll be fine.
ATC's still working.
Yeah, hello? You out there? I'm still here. Don't leave me.
There's no option just to say hello.
Yeah. Is it me you're looking for? Hello, it's me. Well, there's Max. He's French, but we'll let him off.
Yeah.
There are mountains in front of us. I think we've got to land the other side of those. Yeah, 159.
So 82.4 nautical miles I've got.
Cool. Yeah, I'm 7.7 miles from my next waypoint, and then the final one I think is the airport. So
Yeah.
we've made it across Greenland. If you have got this far on YouTube, no one's got this far on YouTube, then don't forget the Discord server is linked below, where you can join these idiots for more flight chat, and even join us for some of these flights. Hello, Liam. Yeah, hovering around the 160. YouTube, don't talk to the pineapple. Indeed. Always sound advice. Oh, Max is gone. Bye, Max.
Disappeared, is he?
Yeah. Obviously, because I took Mickey out of him being French. Don't. You could catch omziitis. Oh, don't. Just mute the bus room. Right, 2 miles from waypoint, and then the final one will be the airport. You have, and the food room. Yeah, I don't think Pino will be posting much food anymore. It's been muted since the day you joined. It's not bad. It's just we got a few people that are just like overly excited by buses. Yeah, we don't go posting 400 pictures of tractors in the farm room. Oh, God.
Back from his walk.
Back from his walk.
There's nobody in the woods.
Yep, 88.6 miles to go. Back from dogging. Dogging with the family, because they like to, do everything as a family.
Group dogging.
Group dogging. It's probably a thing.
Imagine the competition, though.
Yeah. Imagine that. He's straight in the house, grumpy, because he hasn't talked to anybody for the whole of the walk. He's got his headphones plugged in. Straight in the house, coat off, shoes off, straight upstairs. Next time he'll be seen is when he wants food.
Yeah.
Looks like my son. It's exactly the same.
Only seen when he wants food.
Mm-hmm.
Has food, disappears.
Pretty much.
And he's the same age as well, so I can relate.
I came home the shortcut way with your brother. Oh, I see. So you left your mum and stepdad out on the walk. You two have come back. Come on, we're going the short way. It sounds like any teenager. I was exactly the same.
Yeah, yeah.
I was allowed to eat in my room, so literally dinner would be made. I'd hear a shout up the stairs. I'd go down, pick up the tray, come upstairs, eat my dinner, take the tray back downstairs, put it on the side, come back upstairs.
Yeah. My eldest got a little mini fridge, kettle, all the sort of tea, coffee, sugar containers and everything all up in his room.
Like a little hotel room.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I'm going to get a little mini fridge for in here for in the summer.
That was something I was never allowed to do, disappear with food. You always had to eat as a family. I suppose that's a good thing in a way.
Well, yeah, Dylan just said he has to eat downstairs. But then I was pretty much like Dylan is now. If I had stuff to watch on TV, then I'd almost, I'd be telling my dad, because Dad used to do the cooking, right, I've got something to watch at so-and-so, so any chance I can have dinner at, between this time and this time? Because otherwise, if I was in the middle of watching a show, and I'd have to always run downstairs, grab a tray, run back upstairs again, so I didn't miss any of it.
God, these mountains look amazing.
Do people have elbows on tables at dinner? Because some people are funny with that. Some people are funny with that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, my parents didn't like elbows on the table.
So it's definitely a bit of a frozen tundra going on up here. I agree with a lot, certainly nowadays, which it wasn't an issue when I was a teenager, with like no phones at the table. I agree with that if you're eating together. And some people don't have the TV on. So it is probably the only time as a family you do get to chat and catch up.
When I was growing up, the only way we could have a phone on the table was if we ripped it off the wall.
Yeah. Same here, the phone was out in the hall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sort of agree with that, Dylan. Although Dylan's only at the table for about a minute and a half. Sits down, shovels the food in his gob, and is gone. You just have Alexa playing some tunes. God, mine nearly woke up then. That's cool. I just sat on the sofa. I got 3 glass laptop tables that are all the same. One's got the laptop on, one I use to put my keyboard and mouse on if I'm gaming downstairs, and one's between the sofa and the armchair. I drag that round to have my dinner on. Got a dining table. Last time I sat at it was last March. Yeah, the start of lockdown when I was working from home. There's a pot plant on it. I move it, I dust it once a week, and that's it.
These three guys that are in front of me, I'm flying past them right now. They're a little bit below me,
Yeah, I'm catching
and
up.
they're in a 208 as well.
Oh, blimey.
Hello, people down there.
So are they moving, or are they landed, or?
They're in the air at about 7,000 feet. But going slower than what I am. I don't know if they slow down for you to catch them up.
Lenka Henka,
Yep.
Corben, Pontiacs, and Dr. somebody or other, I can't see his name.
It's unusual to see people all the way up here.
I'm just flying over the top of them now.
No food allowed in our living room apart from a few biscuits.
No,
Blimey.
I've overtaken them.
Again, I sort of get
Just
that,
got-
but you know, it's quite nice just sitting on a sofa watching a film, having your dinner. If I were to sit at my dining table, I'd end up putting a TV on the other side of the dining table, because you can't just sit there and eat and look at nothing nowadays.
No.
You've got to have something. I generally have something to watch while I'm watching my dinner. There's a guy I follow on YouTube that does cookery, so I'll generally watch one of his videos of food while I'm eating food.
Does it give you ideas for dinners?
A couple. He's an American guy, but yeah, I just not a cook. I quite enjoy watching food when I'm eating food, because I don't want something I've got to pay attention to, because otherwise I wouldn't, and that make you more hungry. I'm eating, so no.
We have a TV in our dining room, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, my dining table's in the corner of the living room. You can't see the TV from it. If I'm eating at a dining table on my own, I'll bring my tablet, laptop down to watch some YouTube.
Yeah.
Hi, Singer. Right, 66 miles. Yeah, I've always got something on in the house. The radio's on downstairs now for the budgie. If I turn that off and I've got a telly on, if I'm doing some cooking or something, then I'll have the Amazon device playing music. From up here, I've got my headphones on. From up here doing like cleaning the bathroom, toilet and stuff, I'll have music on. When I go to bed, the TV's on. So there's always some sort of noise in the house. Rarely is it quiet. Occasionally it's nice just to sit with nothing. But then I'll put some classical on or something just low, just there's something in the background.
So I can't sit in silence for very long. I have to have some background.
I quite like it at work now because I've got a radio next to me. Because
Yeah.
sometimes there's like if there's only a couple of people in the office and everyone's just working, it's just too quiet. So it's doing my head in. I spent like the last 20 years working in environments where the radio has been part of the thing. So I had to ask, can I bring a radio in and put it next to my desk? I went, yeah, of course you can. As long as it's not loud enough for anybody else to hear it. And because I'm in a corner of the office on my own, it's great. So I should have the radio on at work now. That makes a difference. This scenery is just brilliant. Yeah, I've just flown over those guys as well.
Looks like they're almost in the same spot that I went past them. Maybe they're all frozen.
They're all in the pause menu.
Frozen in Greenland.
I can see their lights flashing.
Yeah.
There is still someone else in front in a 208. Massey Castle.
No, he's in the King Air.
Oh, is he?
50.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
you,
it's
you
me
were in the
and-
208.
Me or John.
Ah.
But yes, the only time I don't have anything on is when I get up first thing in the morning. I just sit in silence while I'm having my first cup of coffee because to get a chance to sort of brain to kick in. And then when I go for my shower, then I put the radio on. But yeah, it's quite nice first thing in the morning, not just to be an influx of stuff into your brain.
Far now.
Oh yeah, Massey Castle's gone.
Oh yes. Nautical miles. I've got.
So yeah, so the time was an underestimate then. It's bizarre, isn't it? I know the weather's played a factor on this. The cold and the cloud did slow us down.
Yeah.
But even when we first took off, it was saying more than the 2 hours that it said on the flight planner. It's just really odd. Hi, Ben. Yeah, got 54 miles to go. So I'm about 14 miles behind you guys. Currently going the fastest I've gone, 161 now.
Oh, going down to 5,600.
I'm not using my flight panels again,
5,600.
which I'm almost getting used to now.
Oh, 4,600. I'm on stops.
So yeah, so Thursday's flight's going to be a flight from a capital city, Pyongyang, of your choosing, Pyongyang. And then every Thursday we'll let the people of Twitch pick which place we're going to depart from the following week. Next Sunday we'll carry on from here on our trip around the world by prop. And streams coming up then. What was that? I misheard it. Pyongyang. Don't know what you're on about. Tuesday we've got farming. Wednesday is trains. Don't know what one yet. Something noisy, hopefully. Thursday is the flight. Friday is tourist bus, not trucking. And next Saturday will be farming and Forza. I hope you don't expect Trent to spell that. That's a good point, actually. I think even if we wrote it down in chat, he wouldn't know from how it sounded which one it was. Because what he hears is Pyongyang. It could be spelled anyway. He wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Oh, we love you, Trent. Don't learn to spell, Trent. Pongyangers. That's close enough.
That's not actually far off.
It's not. Oh. Right, 15 minutes to go. Hasn't told me to start descending yet. Won't be long though. These two are descending. So we can actually see the water over there on the other side. So Nook is where we're going. I say next time we'll leave Nook and go to somewhere over here. I don't know where. Don't know what's going to be modelled in Canada. Not a lot by the looks of things. That could be an interesting flight then, because nothing seems to be modelled.
A bit of a tricky one.
Churchill, oh yes, is all over there. I think we did this last time. I came up from memory. Nuke.
God, make up your mind. 4,100, 5,100.
So yeah, so we got to get from Nuke over to here, or over to there, or over somewhere. So that's going to be next Sunday's quest, is to find somewhere along this coast that we can actually fly to. Luke, I am your father. Nook. Doing okay off in hand, thank you very much. Having a nice relaxing Sunday
905.
with these weirdos and you weirdos.
23.
Waiting for ATC to start talking at me.
They can't make up their mind what height they want me to go to.
Weirdos? Where? You know that mirror you've got by the side of your bed, Dylan? Not that one, the other one. Look in that and you'll see one.
Well, not the OnlyFans mirror, no.
Not the OnlyFans mirror. Yeah. You've got 3 big ones. Wow. No, we're not on about the contents of your drawer next to the bed. The mirror, Dylan. What movie am I watching today? Murder on the Orient Express.
617, descend and maintain 4,500 feet.
4,500 feet.
Oh, Matthew Castle
Here
is...
again.
Descend and maintain
On the ground?
4,500 feet, Sims
Yeah,
17.
he came flying in from the right and then just stopped dead.
He must have crashed and reloaded in a different plane.
5,600,
Right, down to 4,500.
4,900.
No, not the animated version, the one from 3 years ago. Spoiler alert, was there a murder on a train? There was a murder.
Marta.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, the new version.
Visual approach runway 5.
Right, overspeed, so better back it off.
Oh, this is the runway. I've got visuals on the runway.
Hey,
Go around this mountain.
you're not a fan of Agatha Christie, but you enjoyed it. Well, I was brought up on Poirot. My old man was a huge, I'm the old dear, we're huge Poirot fans. I quite like the old Miss Marple films, actually. Yeah, I've got all of those. Murder Ahoy and Murder at the Gallop. They're quite good. Yeah, and this evening is the second of the chronological order for watching all the Marvel films. Last week I watched Captain America, The First Avenger. This week it is Captain Marvel. So I should watch that tonight.
Very good.
Prefer A Touch of Frost and CSI New York. CSI New York, I think, was the best one of the 3. It was really gritty. The cast were brilliant. I do like frost.
You are 29 miles east. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect vectors visual runway 5 approach.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect vectors visual runway 5 approach 617.
Okie dokie. Expect vectors visual. Ooh, mountains. I've never watched Vera. Midsummer Murders. It was okay. Wasn't the same after John Nettles left. Right, 25 miles out. 12 feet a minute, Dylan. Do you think I'm in a glider? You're ambitious. You're one thing. Yeah, good luck dealing with your guess. A, it's a turboprop. Think about that. It's a turboprop with wings above the fuselage, so that does affect the handling a little bit. And it's a big plane. And it's cold. Don't fail me. Expect to be a little bit disappointed in about 10 minutes time, Dylan. Yes, I've got a note downstairs to post the stream schedule. It'll be posted after after my film. Before I then go on the farm and then I'll be on the farm for an hour. And then it'll be, oh crap, it's 10:30. Right, 5,500 feet. On our way down to 4,500 feet. No, if I wasn't on the farm by 9 o'clock, I wouldn't go on at 9 o'clock.
Apparently, I have the runway in sight, but I don't.
Oh.
Yet.
What do you mean climb maintain 5,200? I've just got down to bloody 4,600.
Maintain 5,200 feet.
Is that because there is mountain in front of me? Okay, we'll climb again then. It just looks brilliant up here. Thumbnail. I just put too much thought into my thumbnails. I need to stop doing that. I'm going to 5,200. Calm down. Where's the wildlife? It's Greenland. There ain't a lot of wildlife up here.
John.
Yeah, it's
That was bad, Trent.
I'm going to do a little swing around, I think.
Yeah. It's kind of cool looking. It's another snowy airport.
It is.
Oh, I see runway lights.
500. Oh. This is interesting.
Oh. Oh is not what we want to hear from a pilot.
I'm down. And I'm alive.
Okay, I'm going to turn the autopilot off.
Yeah, I did that. It's a rather short runway.
Oh.
So slowing down is quite essential.
So King Air out of here could be interesting next week then. I don't think there are polar bears in Greenland. Google will be your friend there. The runway should be 950 metres long. We'll get a tape measure out when we land.
Since 170 or 500 feet below your assigned altitude. Climb and maintain 5,200 feet altimeter 29.
It is. I used all of it. Right.
Climb and maintain
I'm parked up.
5,200 feet, Sims 17.
Closing down. Go off.
Yeah, so we can see the runway. Look, the runway's going in at that angle over there. So I'm going to go over here and swing myself in.
Total flight time of 2 hours 20 minutes. So
It's not
yeah.
bad. It's only 20 minutes longer than it said. Have you got a long tape measure? As yours only goes 10 feet. I got a 30-metre one at work.
Very slightly off the end of the runway, but not by far.
Right, let's give it some flappage. Hello. Climb.
Since 17, please expedite your climb to 5,200 feet.
Definitely remote here, isn't it?
It is.
Oh, it's actually making me feel cold.
Yeah.
Outside air temperature -8.
Yeah.
Can't quite see what direction the runway's coming in at. I'm guessing it's going away from me, so I've got to turn around and come back.
Right to left as you're looking at it.
Okay.
So yeah, if you kind of carry on in the direction you're going and then
turn.
take a left turn, yeah. On a,
Since
hopefully
17,
about
please expedite your
230.
climb to 5,200 feet.
I'm not climbing to 5,200 feet. So yes, so when we land here today, hopefully we land, this is where we're going to take off from next Sunday in a different aircraft and continue our way across towards Canada, providing, of course, we can find somewhere to land. Yesterday was a very successful cheerleading session. All the teams won. Well, how does that work?
How does that happen? Yeah.
Oh, is it one of those school things? Everyone's a winner. You all did very, very well.
Have a medal.
The ATC just hates me.
Since 17, please expedite your climb to 5,200 feet.
No, I'm not going to 5,200 feet. Sod off. So over there is where we're going. So take a left turn now. Trying to keep the speed nice and slow. You could go to Nunavut's capital. Yeah, it depends on whether it's in MSFS and in Sim Toolkit. I'm not too worried about being in Sim Toolkit because that's only the thing at the top of the screen, but it's nice to have it in there. Look at that view.
Since 17 Airport is at your 10 o'clock, 6 miles. Climb and maintain 2,300 feet. Report runway in sight.
I have the runway in sight.
Climb and maintain 2,300 feet, Sims 17.
I am, however, not climbing and maintaining
Sims
2,300 feet.
17 runway in sight.
I just said I got the runway in sight.
Since 17, you are 5 miles north of Bravo Golf Golf Hotel. Maintain present heading and altitude.
It's quite short.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Sims 17. Bravo Golf Golf Hotel traffic, Sims 17, 4 miles north inbound visual runway 5. Bravo Golf Golf Hotel traffic, Sims 17 is on final runway 5
I'm just
to
gonna
land.
blame the ice. It's like
Okay, and we come. 10. Really? What a cool looking airport.
this. This isn't even the scenery pack that out.
We took out that scenery. I took out that scenery pack for Greenland
Yeah, I
Because-
took mine back out again,
because
'cause I had
the
none of these.
default airports were better than the
Yeah.
scenery pack ones. Wow, it does look quite short.
And it's not completely flat either. It starts a bit of an uphill and then flattens out. So I actually landed twice.
Oh crap.
Well, I
Okay, we used to give it extra ground out here.
But me and John did as well.
did exactly the same thing.
379 feet per minute.
Rock
Yeah,
City with-
that bump in the middle was a bit. I took off on that.
Glad it wasn't just me.
No. Oh, we made it without crashing.
Yep.
Yeah, the plane of choice to take off from here could be an interesting one then. We either need to go for a plane that can get off on a short runway and have a longer flight, or just have something we can just then give it the beans. There you go, parking brake. And engine is cutting down. No, altitude is 279 feet. That's how far above sea level we are. So 279 feet above sea level. So there we go. Yes, we will carry on from here on this very short runway next Sunday. So bring popcorn. Because that could be an interesting departure. Provided, of course, we can find somewhere to fly to. If you have got this far on YouTube, no one's got this far on YouTube, then don't forget to check out the links below to the Twitch page where you can watch this stuff live, and also check out the Discord as well. So thanks to Bad Max, who tagged along for a little while and followed us earlier. Cheers for that. For you lot for keeping us company throughout this. Don't forget, from Thursday, you'll be able to pick where we take off from on the jet flights on a Thursday. And yes, check out the other stream. Next stream is going to be Tuesday with some farming. So nothing tomorrow. So back on the farm on Tuesday night. So thanks to these two then. To John. Cheers for that, John. Thanks for tagging along as always.
Cheers, Steve. Yeah, enjoyed it. I'm just looking at your stream, and my plane appears to be bouncing.
It is bouncing. You are sort of leaving the ground.
Not sure what's going on there.
I'm not sure what's going on there. So yes, we'll catch John for probably, well, unless he's around on Thursday, probably the flight again next Sunday.
It's possible on Thursday.
Awesome stuff. Excellent. So that'll be Pyongyang. That'll be somewhere on Thursday. We don't know where because someone's going to choose Pyongyang somewhere. We just don't know. And thanks to Roxy. Cheers, Roxy. Good suggestion for an airport to land at.
Thank you, Steve. And yeah, it looks like Pony Angers could be a good choice.
Pony Angers.
Pony Angers. Don't anger those ponies.
That never ends well.
It never ends well. And so yeah, we'll find something to get out of here next week. So yes, we'll catch Roxy again on Tuesday for some farming. Down on the farm. So there we go. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday afternoon and Monday. Back on Tuesday evening with that farm. Until then, say goodbye, guys.
Goodbye,
Goodbye, guys.